Hey guys, welcome back to Upsilon Mining. This is Matt, and today's going to be a pretty quick video, but I just wanted to go over the new LolMiner 1.47. This is the latest version that they just released, and they've actually managed to unlock more of the hash rate on LHR GPUs. And so basically, if you look here, LolMiner bringing you the fastest public ETH hash LHR solver. So this only applies to ETH hash type algorithms. So anything mining Ethereum or even Ethereum Classic. And there's a lot of talks about Ethereum Classic being the next big thing after Ethereum goes to ETH 2.0 and proof of stake. So this is relatively relevant if you have any LHR GPUs. So it looks like we are looking at a 77.2 to 78.2% possible unlock on GDDR6 memory GPUs. So if you have a GPU that is LHR and that has GDDR6 memory, or GDDR6X in memory, which is more of the 3080 LHR cards, you can unlock up to 78.2% of the overall hash rate. That is excellent. So in layman's terms, that means if a non-LHR variant of that card can get 100 mega hash, you should be able to get between 77 to 78 mega hash, which is pretty damn good considering that the market values still have not are still relatively lower on LHR type cards. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that this support works better on, or it looks like it might only work on 470.10301 or all 510X drivers. So we recommend, or they're recommending that you update your drivers to these variants for NVIDIA drivers. And it looks like you can do certain parameters like --LHR tune that allows you to do a certain percentage. If you leave it automatically, it looks like the default is auto, and it does an auto balancing routine, which is really cool, which means you'll see the hash rate jump down and up and down until it stabilizes at its maximum rate that it's achievable, and over time it looks like it can improve the hash rate as well. And there's some pretty interesting stuff here, so go here. I'll put the link in the description on GitHub where you can actually check this out. This video I'm going to focus on primarily how this is done on HiveOS, and I've actually noticed some differences, some good improvements actually in some of my cards here. Looks like I do have a downed card, but let's do so it looks like I have a crashed card here. So what I'm going to do is I had the memory up to 3200. I'm going to just drop that down to 3000 on the overclocks for all of them and do a restart on that. We set a power limit to 125, and these are 3060 Zotac LHR type cards, and this is running on the GDDR6 memory. So I'm going to set that overclock, and then I'm going to restart it. It looks like this card here crashed. Probably do the high overclock. I was trying to get as much as I can. So let's just shut down reboot, and while that's rebooting, I'm going to head on over here to my rig 12 here, which is running. I have a 1660 Ti and an RTX 3080. The RTX 3080 is an LHR card, GDDR6. This was actually a warranty replacement I had because I had a non-LHR 3080 that died on me, so I was able to create an RMR, I think that's called RMR? Yeah, request for a replacement on that from Asus, and they sent me this LHR card. Unfortunately, the LHR card is not as good as the non-LHR, so the hash rate is down. So that being said, I am dual mining both TON and Ethereum on this card right now. So let's go and real quickly take a look at this driver thing here. So what driver are we on? So if you're on HiveOS, you want to check to see the driver. So they're recommending that you use 510.x or 470.103.01. So what we are is going to go over to the worker here, and we're going to just go into remote access and start the Hive shell. This will allow us to basically SSH or secure shell into onto a shell onto the client, or in this case the rig running HiveOS. And we're just going to check real quick what drivers we're on, and I'm going to update the drivers to this latest variant here and see if it makes a difference. I don't know if it will. Right now we're getting 73.25 mega hash in Ethereum with the latest update. So make sure that you do the update through here and check your update to the latest version. So you can do that directly through the web client, which is really cool. Okay, so let's get that going. Once it finally loads up, you're going to just click on the link here that opens up in the HSSH start, and that's going to open up Hive in a box. Okay, now I got this over here, this Hive on HiveOS article here. So to check the drivers, we're just going to check NVIDIA-driver-update-list. So this is just going to show the current drivers installed on the system, and also the driver which we are currently running. So this installed version is 470.86, and this is on, it's saying it's recommending 470.103. So we're actually behind. So we're going to go probably to the 510 drivers, and then see if that works. So it's going to ask which version to install. We're going to pick 510.60.02, which is the latest one here. So we're going to go 510.60.02, and I'm just going to keep note of this hash rate, so 73.26. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's give it a shot. We're going to update the drivers. I'll post both the links to the NVIDIA driver update command as well as the GitHub, so you can read the release notes on the miner. And a lot of other YouTubers have been mentioning how LolMiner has been really on their game with helping miners get the max out of their cards, which is really cool. I mean, so they're focusing on helping people with the LHR cards by doing as much of the unlock as they can with clever software tricks, I assume. I'm also a software developer, so I'm assuming they've just altered their algorithms somehow in order to maximize the extraction of hash rate using some tricks, which is clearly working pretty cool. I know on the 3060 rig, which while this is going, I'll go back and check the 3060 rig here. 3060 rig is up and running, and it's equalizing at 27 right now. This was up to 37, and I know I can get a stable 37 mega hash on these cards. So we're just going to let that stabilize. As you can see, it actually is working out the inner logic between with regard to the cards and LHR to try to unlock it. I'm not sure what it's doing from an algorithm standpoint, but it is managing to unlock that LHR hash rate using some clever software tricks, which is really neat. It's not a full unlock, but it looks like they're doing something that's kind of bypassing a little bit of that handicap that's on the card. Okay, so we're going over here. Looks like the driver was downloaded, and now it's just doing the packaging of it and installing it, and that's going to actually shut down the mining as well. So remember, we were at 73 and change on this one, so therefore the mining shut down. So it's just doing some unzipping or compressing this graphics driver for Linux, and just wait patiently and it will go ahead and install this latest driver. And it should also restart the miner as well. So let's just give it a second. Let's see what it does. Looks like it might take a few minutes, so I mean, I could yap about some other topics. Yeah, so like recently I switched over a lot of my my mining over into Bitcoin. So basically what that means is I'm mining Ethereum but getting paid out in Bitcoin, and I'm doing that through 2 miners, which is really cool. The only one trick you need to do is that when you add your wallet in, you have to make sure that you add in the proper wallet for Ethereum. So if you guys want to send me any coin, go ahead and send it to these addresses. That would be awesome. But if you wanted to send, let's say if you wanted to, where is it? Sorry, it's my dog in the background. So let's go here. Where's the wallet? I mean, it's been farm wallets. I still have my wallets all over the place in some cases here. So we're gonna go to BTC for mining right here. So this actually is a Bitcoin address. It's pretty cool. So what you do is you create a wallet, but in HiveOS you create the wallet with the ETH coin, and you paste it in a Bitcoin wallet actually here. And then you say BTC wallet for ETH mining, and then you just point that to two miners, and the two miners will automatically determine that that's a Bitcoin wallet. So any ETH or Ethereum coin that you're rewarded will actually get paid out to that address directly in Bitcoin. So it's kind of like transforming your GPUs directly into an ASIC miner in some sense of the word, like a way less powerful ASIC miner, and or depends on what the ASIC miner, but a way less. You're not mining Bitcoin directly. You're mining Ethereum, and then you're being paid out in Bitcoin, which is really cool because the Bitcoin value has been going up. So that's definitely something to look into. I know I did, and I don't really regret it. I think it's good. It's nice to have a mix in my wallet of the different types of coins. I got a mixture of Ethereum, Flux, even some Raven coin in there. Ethereum Classic's been coming up quite a bit. So it's good to diversify a bit of your holdings. So if one currency craps out, you don't lose as much value. So although I have most of my holdings in Ethereum directly, I've been moving a lot of that over into Bitcoin just for the purposes of market stability and overall kind of like my long-term strategy. So as you can see here, what we have back on this 3080 rig is that this hash rate will bounce around a bit. So at 36, it's kind of finding its ground right now. So it's went to 36, went to 46, and it was at 73. So let's just see what happens as it levels out around that 73 point. So it's going to 54. It'll drop back down. It seems to bounce up and down a bit. So you need to give it around maybe a minute or so just to find the optimal internal settings for the algorithm in place, and that will help get the most hash rate for your dollar, or hash rate for your card, I guess, for your LHR card. It dropped back to 23 even, so let's go back over here for a second and let's look at this 3080 rig again, or 3060 rig again, and see what this is doing. So it's at 27 right now, and I'm not sure exactly why. So this one's at 7 megahash. So I'm just gonna give it some time. It's been going up and down. It's been kind of like just trying to find its way up. This is at 3,000, so I'm not sure if there's some thermal throttling going on right now. I'm gonna just leave it for a bit and see what happens. I did have this memory at a little bit of a smaller. Let's take a look at some of the popular presets for this. These are great starting points, but I don't recommend it all the time, especially when you're. Oh, it's 12 gigabytes, 12 gigabytes. Yeah, so 2200. I think I was at 2200 at some point, and I just altered this to get. It's going. It's like crazy. It's all over the place right now. So let's just see what's going on with this 3080 right here. Now I didn't touch the settings in this, so this is 53 right now. Give it a second. Alright, so okay guys, I'm back. It was just taking a while bouncing around. I had to restart 3060 right because one of the cards was stuck at 7 megahash for some reason. So I'm hoping a reset will do it. If not, I'll try a hard reset of the hardware. The entire rig will shut the power down and then power it back up and see if that makes any difference. But with regard to this 3080 rig, it looks like we're hitting 74.37 megahash right now with these settings. Could probably get it higher if I toy around with it for a bit, but we're up from 73 megahash, and before this update at all, we were around 69 megahash even. So this isn't too bad. I'd like to get it even higher somehow. We could play around with the overclocks probably a bit. Like I could probably 230 is probably as high as you want to go for that. I think it's let's put 2800 on the memory clock, and let's see what that does. Give it a second. It's going to bounce around again, just because of the way LolMiner works, and we'll see if this one's coming up. This number, rig 8 here, rig 8. Maybe I should have named these rigs something else. Rig 1, Rig 2, Rig 3, Rig 4 just seemed easy, but maybe I could have named them after like woodland creatures or something a little bit more interesting, like the Hobbit rig. It's been crashing regularly. You know, the dwarf, the Snow White rig or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment below if using funky names is better than just numbers. Okay, let's see here. So this one is 72, so it's trying to restabilize or throttling. We'll see. 73, so we increased it to 2800 from 2600 on the memory clock. We're just kind of bouncing between two rigs right now, which is pretty interesting. Hope you guys are learning something. Yeah, this rig is already better. Before I just shut it down, we were hitting around 39 mega hash per card, and that's great because we were at 34 mega hash at a very maximum. So I'm seeing between 5 to 6 mega hash per card increase at the latest update, as well as updating the drivers. So I mean, for 6 cards, 5 times 6, that's 30, right? 30, yeah, 30. Man, my preschool math is just out there. 30 mega hash. That's like an entire card. Like, think about it. That's like my 6600s XTs get around 31 mega hash, 32 mega hash. So that's like freeing up almost an entire extra card on top of what you have just by tweaking around with the overclocks and the miner version. So like, that's a cheap way. I mean, you can go spend 500 bucks on a new card to get 30 mega hash, or you can just alter your overclocks a bit and get 30 mega hash with some optimization. So this is working its way back up again. It's leveling out, so you can see it bouncing around a bit. We'll come back to that in just 1 second. Let's go over here and look at rig 12 again and see what this is. So this is 70.78. That could be still trying to work its way up again. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm just gonna skip ahead and I'll let you know how this works. Hold on. Okay, back, but still no success just yet. But we're gonna work through it together. Rig 12 just crashed, and I'm hoping it's gonna come back online. But I'm thinking these overclocks was too much for it to handle, so we're gonna go back down to we're gonna go to 2650, just back on the. So when it boots back up, it'll apply these overclocks once it loads the flight sheet. And give me 1 second, and hold on. Actually, rig 8 works well. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, and we'll see where it's at. Hey guys, I am back once again. So okay, all right, that was a flash for you, but it was literally over 20 minutes for me. So I had to go and restart this rig physically because it crashed and it wasn't coming back on its own. Sometimes you got to do that. But yeah, so the rig 12 here, which is running 3080 LHR, is up to 74.45 mega hash. It was crashing because the memory clock was a bit high on that before, so I've reduced it down to 73.5, and I'm able to get 74.45 mega hash. Prior to this, I was only able to get around 69, 70 mega hash. You could probably squeeze out more if you're a little bit more aggressive with the overclocks and willing to spend a little more time on it. For the purposes of this video, I don't want to do that right now. I might play with it over the next week or so and try to eke that up a little bit over time. A lot of people are under the misconception that you can sit down for 10 minutes and completely overclock a rig and have it working stable. I say properly overclocking a rig is an ongoing process. I mean, you might sit down and get the initial numbers and looking okay, but it could take a week or sometimes longer for it to get stable, in which case you'll still have crashes here and there, and that's just normal. It's just expected. Expect that if you're going to mining, that you could spend up to a week or even 2 weeks, or even a month later it might crash. So you want to get optimal efficiency, but also you want optimal stability as well. So in this case, 74.43, and it's not crashing for now. And I'm gonna run with those numbers and think that's quite a bit of a win. At least got a few mega hashes from updating the drivers. But let's head on over to the 3060 LHR rig and see what we're looking at now. So this is rig 8. We are up from a maximum of 33 to 34 mega hash on these LHR Zotac 3060s GDDR6. 34 mega hash up to 38, between 38 39 mega hash. This one's running a little bit low because this one was not cooperating with those overclocks, so I had to drop it to 2500. I might eke that up a little bit, but on average you're going to get between I'd say 38 to 39 mega hash, depending on how your overclocks go. And that's a win for me, because that is, say, 5 mega hash per card increase times 6, like I mentioned earlier, that's 30 mega hash. That is like adding an entire 6600 XT to your mining farm for literally no cost to you except some time and energy to put into the overclocks and updating drivers and the miner. Okay guys, so that's it. We're already at 20 minutes. I wanted to keep this video short. Looks like it went on a little bit longer. Make sure to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Also, like this video. It does help the algorithm. It does help me get these videos out to you more often. And make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Anyways guys, thanks a lot for watching and keep on mining. Talk to you next time.